Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And yes, it feels so great to sit in front of the camera after almost a month and talk to you guys. So yes, you read it right. In the title, I was tested positive, and my mother was also tested positive. So basically, it's already been more than 21 days, and we have recovered now, which is the good news. And that is why I'm sitting here and thought of sharing few important things that everyone should know. There were people like my close people, or there were many people who knew about this before. If you are watching, thank you so much for supporting and praying. And those of you who didn't know about it, the only motive behind making this video is to share the journey, because there are a lot of rumors, there still is a lot of fear that is going on all around, and we were kind of lucky that we recovered early and we were doing pretty much fine. We were having mild symptoms, and that's why we were at home isolation. We did not had to go to the hospital. So okay, yeah, actually it feels a little weird to talk about this topic like this, but I had to do this because even now we get few calls, or few of my friends, relatives, they keep on asking that what were our symptoms, what were the treatments, how did we do the test and everything. So that's why we thought that it is kind of important to share our perspective, share our journey, so that we can make few people aware, so that you people who are watching it can relate to it, can find any similarity. If you are having any symptoms that you feel it's matching, because I think if you are having some serious issues, then it is easier to identify. But if you're having some mild symptoms, then it's not that easy to identify it on time. So to make it easier for you guys, I have broken it down into 5 different steps. So firstly, I'm going to talk about how did I get it. Basically, it started with my father. He was having fever and he was having few symptoms, and that's why we suspected that maybe he was positive for COVID-19. He went first and did the test. And also, as my father works in a bank, he needed to go to his office every day since the time the lockdown has started. So in our family, I went out of the house twice or thrice, as you have seen in my previous videos, but I took all the necessary precautions, and after those 2 or 3 days, I did not go out of the house for almost a month. Me and my mother, we did not do the test initially. My father decided that okay, fine, let me do the test, and after that, if the result comes positive, then we all will do the test. Otherwise, if the result comes negative, then there is a high chance that it is negative for all of us. So he went, he did the test, and we were very worried, and basically we were quite sure that he was having it because all the symptoms matched, and few other employees of his office was also tested positive. So there was a really high chance, even according to the doctor. And after 2 days, the report came, and then the report came negative, which was very shocking to me, that he was having several symptoms which matched, and it was not viral fever for sure. Then what is wrong? But still, we were happy, we were relieved that okay, finally everything is fine, we don't need to worry. because my father has a problem of obesity, and that is why the doctor was also little worried about him. But when the test came negative, we had full assurance that fine, everybody is well in the family. But suddenly, from the next day itself, I started feeling unwell. So I started feeling little weak, and I was having a kind of mild breathing problem as well, and fever. So till that time, before my father did the test, I was not having any fever, but immediately after a day, I started having fever. So I waited for 1 or 2 days, but still I was not feeling that good. I was having few problems. I was having like back pain and body pain, headache and stuff like that. So I decided to go and do the test. So after I did the test, after you do the test, you need to wait for 2 days, and after that you get the result. So I did the test and it came positive. Surprisingly, it came positive, and we were not at all ready for it. Basically, one thing that I've realized from this is that it fluctuates a lot. Like, your health fluctuates a lot. One day you are doing great, you're having no problem, and the very next day you start showing up with different kind of problems altogether. Suppose today you're having fever, and the very next day you're fine, you're not having any fever, and that's why you're likely to think that yeah, it's fine, I'm fine, it was just some different kind of a problem, and now I'm fine, so everything is fine. And that is when you get it wrong. Immediately that very day, my father and mother both went to the hospital again to do the test, because let me tell you, I missed one thing, that when I went for the test, and when you go for the test, first you need to consult a doctor. He writes the prescription, and then only you're allowed to do the test. So when I went to the doctor, he was the same doctor who my father consulted before. So according to him, like as soon as we entered, when my father said that my report came negative, he was like, how come? He was kind of shocked, because he was very much sure that my father's report is going to come positive, because he was having all sorts of symptoms and serious kind of symptoms. So he was not very much sure about the reports. He suggested that there might be a chance, a 50-50 chance, that your first report can be wrong. So likewise, he suggested my father that your daughter should do the test, because there is a chance that someone or the other in the family is positive. So if she is tested negative, then it's clear that everyone in your family is negative. There is no fear, and you don't need to worry about it. But if she gets tested positive, then you might have to do the test again. Like, we all were waiting for the reports to come, and we found after 2 days that my father tested negative, and surprisingly my mother tested positive. We still don't know, we still think that there can be a chance that antibody was created, and that's why his test came negative twice, and it got transferred to us, and we were tested positive. It can happen. And if I specifically talk about the symptoms, then I was having fever, as I said. I was having headache. I was having body pain. I kind of felt like vomiting, and also I lost smell and taste. Not immediately, but after 5-6 days. Okay. And for my mother, one thing that happened for her but did not happen for me, that was loose motion. She was having loose motion. She was having headache. She did not have fever. She could not smell things. and she was also having runny nose. So these were her symptoms. So now coming to the next step, that is the procedure of the test. So there are many people who are still not sure of how to do the test or how the test is being done, where you can go and do the test. So those of you stay in Kolkata, for them I'm saying, we did the test from AMRI in Mukundapur. So what we did is we directly went to the hospital, and after going to the hospital you have to go in the OPD section, and there you have to ask someone to give you a form. Okay, so you need to fill up a form where you have to give all the details like your own personal information, and you also have to tick mark on the symptoms you're having. And after that you give your form to the counter, and there they will tell you everything, that how much you need to pay. They will also ask you the doctor you want to consult. The doctor will ask you about all the symptoms you're having, all the problems you're having. If he suspects that okay, you should get the test done, then he will prescribe you for that. There is like a different section, like you just need to get out of the hospital, and there is a different area where it's like a small chamber. You just need to wait there, and there is a person in that cabin. You when your turn comes, you just go and get yourself tested. One will be your swab test, and they usually use like a stick with cottons around it, like it's basically like an earbud in a longer form. I hope you can understand. You have to wait for 2 days. Okay, so this was the procedure. The procedure is easy. Now coming to the cost. Okay, now it varies from place to place. Okay, but if you're doing it from here, then that should be the amount. After this, now coming to the main stage and the third stage, that is the treatment and the food habit that we followed. So there are many people who texted me as well, my own relatives and friends, who were very worried and who thought that okay, what is wrong, like, you know, how are you people doing it, what are the treatments, like what you exactly need to know. So from there I realized that there are many people out there who has got no clue about it. If I talk about the medicines that I was taking, it was basic medicines, vitamin C, multivitamin and antibiotic. These were the 3 things that I was taking, and my mother was also taking. If I talk about the medicine, the treatment, this was it. And apart from that, what you can do for your betterment so that you can recover better, recover quickly, that is, you can take Vapor. Vapor is one of the most important parts. It will make you feel much better, and it actually did work for us very well. You can take Vapor twice a day. Also, not to forget, drink lots of hot beverage, hot water, lemon water, everything. And if I talk about the food habit, we did not change the food habit very much. It was basic. The way we were eating earlier, it was like that only, like normal ghar ka khana and all the basic foods. Just the thing is, when you are actually affected by this, you can't think of dieting and everything. I had a very bad habit of skipping breakfast before that, which I will never suggest, because I realized that in this entire lockdown period I used to wake up late and I used to skip breakfast every day, and I have a problem with low blood pressure, and I had a terrible situation dealing with it during this when I was tested positive, because my blood pressure went really down. Okay, because when you are affected by COVID, what it does is that if you have a very mild thing, very mild disease, it will expand it even more. Was also thinking of making what I eat, like what I ate while I was dealing with COVID-19 video where I will show what I ate during that time, from morning to till night, what I ate in a day. So comment down below for that if you want to see that video. So I will make that video very soon to just tell you guys what my diet was. It was very simple but yet healthy. That we purchased one oximeter, which is also very important because everyone is suggesting, all the doctors are also suggesting to get it. You should get an oximeter and keep it at home because you never know when your oxygen level goes down. Okay, and as I said before that your health fluctuates a lot and you don't really, you can't basically keep a track. You don't know what is happening with you. I had this kind of situation when at night suddenly I was feeling very anxious. I was getting very weird, like very heavy. I was feeling very heavy and I felt like vomiting, and again when I used to wake up the next day I was fine. I was completely fit. So it was very unpredictable. So the only thing I realized from COVID-19 that it is very unpredictable. You never know when what happens. So in this situation an oximeter is very important to track, to keep a track of your oxygen level. Our doctor suggested us to, as we were in home isolation, so our doctor suggested us to stay in isolation for 21 days. Like usually it's 14 days of isolation, like you get cured in 14 days, okay, plus 7 days extra. And now talking about the fourth step, that is all the challenges we faced during our journey. I am going to talk about few things that we faced physically, mentally, both. Okay, so if I talk about physical things, then as I said, your health fluctuates. We were feeling very good because we were trying to stay very positive. Okay, we were not trying to be very panicky about the thing. We were enjoying our time together in the family, and we were trying to stay as positive as possible. Suppose in the evening we are laughing, we are watching movies and everything, we are doing just fine, but suddenly during the night time we started feeling weak and we started feeling that breathing problem and all kind of problems all together. Then again in the morning everything was just fine. So those were the things which were kind of very weird and which was putting us into tension because we were very uncertain about the situations. Like we didn't know what is coming until and unless we recovered, until and unless we completed 21 days. We were still in dilemma that what might go wrong suddenly. Suddenly I was just sleeping, and this never happens. I can sleep anywhere and everywhere. Okay, so a very weird feeling. I was feeling very irritated. I was feeling very weird. Like I just can't explain you the feeling, but when you get a very heavy feeling, you feel very uncomfortable and you're feeling cold and hot at the same time. It was feeling like that. So I got those kind of feelings twice or thrice in the entire period. Now if I talk about something mentally, then let me share something with you. The neighbors, your surrounding, the environment, which gets very, very, very disgusting, I must say. Like yes, it gets very disgusting. I'm using the term disgusting for a reason, I'll tell you. So it is something we all know. When you are tested positive, when everyone gets to know about it, you get a call from the corporation and they ask about all your symptoms and then they come for sanitization. Okay, so things were very weird for us, and rumors get spread very easily in this situation, like what happened with us as well. But we had problems with something else which we did not expect, to be honest. We were seeing such kind of things around us in social media but not expect to happen with us. but it happened. So the very day people came from the corporation office to sanitize our whole house, suddenly I saw from my balcony that people literally came out of their house and without a mask. Let me mention that to you guys. Like my neighbors who stay just opposite to us, there were many people who came out of the house just to make videos, okay, of the entire situation that's happening, that too without wearing mask. So that was a very funny situation, and those people only went back home, and after a day we saw that people literally covered their balcony with those plastic covers. Like people were covering their balconies. If I can, I will just insert one picture right here so that you can know what actually happened. I will try to do that. We felt really terrible about it. It was disgusting, to be honest. I just don't get it how people, or from where people get this concept that COVID or Corona can fly and go inside their house like that. I have literally no idea about it, and we literally found it very stupid, because when few educated people do such things in front of your eyes, it feels very bad. Okay, it was very minor for us because we were not giving too much attention to it, but we were kind of disheartened because we did not went through very severe situation. That's why we were still stable mentally and physically. But I just want people to think about those people who are, or who did went through those severe conditions, and still they had to see people disrespecting them in such a way. If you cannot come and help someone, no one is asking you to come and help anyone like that. But if you can't help, then stay away. Just don't disrespect, or just don't you know, pull a patient down. You know, that this kind of things, when people, we have faced such things where people were spreading rumors. Like there were rumors that we are admitted in ICU, we are having very bad conditions. But of course, many people, I don't know about others, but in our case there were several people. I had some great friends. Like I will also put a picture of that here. My friends literally came with full precaution, of course. The very day they got to know that I was tested positive and I was feeling very lonely and anxious, and I wanted to have a cake, they literally came all the way driving, and they just kept a cake in my doorstep with a cute letter and chocolates. No, you don't even have to do that. There are people, there are own people who will do that. At least show some kind of respect. And we were very lucky that we got support from everyone. You know, like in our case, my uncle went and they helped us with all the groceries, all the medicines that we needed. Now the last thing that I'm going to talk about is just a small message to the society and to all the people who's watching this video, that if you are watching this video and if you have any neighbor or any relative or anyone who is suffering from this virus, who is fighting this virus, please be kind to them. You are not supposed to go and help them physically. No one is asking you to do that. You don't have to come in contact with them for helping them. You can just give them a call. You can just keep a check on them. You can just ask them whether you need something or not. Like if your neighbor is fighting with this virus, and you can just give them a call and ask that, do you need something? Do you want to, you know, like, do you want us to provide you with something, some necessity items? Should we just get it and drop it in your doorstep? like will that do, or how you like just to just motivate them. I think that is the minimum and the best thing we can do. That was it, and if you have watched this video till the end, then I'm so thankful to you and all the support. Also, if you have stopped by this far, then just click that small little subscribe button. It will hardly take a second, and your that 1 second will mean the world to me, and it will help me to grow and improve myself. Till then, take care of yourself and your family, and thank you so much again. Bye bye.